It's Tuesday night, time for the garden update. Racing the rain tonight as I walk in the backyard and listen to the rain going through the gutters. So maybe I'll need to check for some leaves before I go back inside tonight. So it's supposed to storm pretty heavily in the Chicagoland suburbs. So quick update for you on this Tuesday night. As promised from this morning, we're going to start with the lilies. So some beautiful annuals. These pop up every year. I don't remember them last year, so that's fun. But look at that. It's just like in science class, remember? When you had to identify the parts of the flower. Oh, hello, Leanne. Funny seeing you here. Here is the garden box. Lush as ever. So we have a bit of a situation with the explosion of tomatillo plants. So because there are so many, they now have a bit of a foliage that's kind of blocking sun from getting to the plants down below. So nothing I can really do other than pull out the plants. So I'm torn because I do love tomatillos, but the stuff below is not going to get any sun. So I can either transplant the stuff beneath or move the tomatillos. But the carrots, I pulled some out. They weren't really growing. That's more indicative of the soil being too compact. So carrots, like beets or radishes, need really sandy soil so they can grow, since they're a root vegetable. They don't want compact, heavy soil. They want loose soil so they can grow. So lesson learned, no carrots this year for us. Radishes, pulled all those out. There's one little shriveled guy that I pulled out earlier this weekend, and just watch it die. A couple flowers still from the arugula, pulling that out as I see it. And then the bulk of these plants are tomatillos, which is great. Hey, Scott. And then we have kale. So I've been pulling some of that off. So I just use scissors and snip a couple leaves for dinner every couple days. And then the bevy of tomatillo plants are all these trees. Let's see. So spinach is in that bottom right corner. Not a lot of it, despite us planting a fair amount. And then the back right corner, those are Brussels sprouts. So we'll see how those continue to grow. And then basil, harvested a fair amount of that for the porchetta that we made over the weekend. So hoping that grows back. And then there are little basil plants down below. So we'll see if those continue to grow with the foliage cover. And then if you look, all those little yellow buds, those are all going to be tomatillos. So that'd be great. And now we'll move over to the side of the house. Some big changes. So I used a pair of loppers from my neighbor. There was a huge tree here on the corner of the house. So hacked it up as best I could and dumped it in the back corner of the lot to really alienate my neighbor. No one hates a neighbor more than the one who just dumps a dead tree along the yard line. All right, so down the line we go. We have cucumbers. So the little blossoms will become cucumbers. Watered these yesterday since this doesn't get watered from the overhang. And then we have, hey Brian, 2 poblano plants. So those are peppers. This one I planted sideways and it just kind of stayed that way, whereas this one perked up. So I put a little tree support there to help get it upright. We'll see what happens with that. These are tomatillos, as if we didn't have enough. And then our tomato plants are starting to take off, which is great. So the San Marzano, which are plum tomatoes, those are kind of a bushy kind of plant that isn't growing as high as the other. I have been picking off the leaves or stems, branches, as I burp up my lunch from this one. So as soon as we'd get different little offshoots, I would kind of rip those off so it would continue to grow upright and become a stronger plant. So I may have to do that a little bit with this plant over here. That is the garden update. There was also a tree over here that I hacked up nicely. So that is the garden update. Going to check the gutters, quickly make sure those are clear for this evening rain that we're supposed to get very soon. So that's the garden update. We're gonna switch over to the Instagram super fast feed. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night. Bye.